Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a glueless HD wig and visible hairline with private label, 22 inches, 200 density, and
220 density, baby.
yeah, 220 density. So I'm going to install this and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. My name is Tiffany. My business Instagram is T Glam Beauty Bar. If you guys have any questions, you guys ask me. So this is what we're starting off with. So you always want to look to see how the knots look. So the knots already is bleached, was invisible, so you really don't need to do any bleaching. And the hairline is pretty much plucked out. But I'm just going to customize it to my liking. I don't know if y'all like side parts, middle parts, but I like side parts. So.
Y'all all love side parts.
Okay. So I'm going to go about, let's do it around here.
So why did you choose to go that far in your side part?
Because I like a deep side part. I know the ladies love the deep side part.
Got it.
Just a little bit of, you kind of got to. So when I go here, I always go with a deep side part. I do a little curve. And then you always want to just, so when I go here to do like a little bit, I don't know if you guys like baby hairs. I love baby hairs. So I just do like a little triangle right here in the front. Just a small little triangle. So this will be the part that you're going to leave out, and that should be enough here for your baby hairs. This part right here, you're going to want to flatten this out so you can just see what where your hairline is going to be. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. So this is the little area that I want to leave the baby hairs out. So now I'm just going to take a hot comb and flatten it out. So when you flatten it out, make sure you use a wax stick. So right here we have our pineapple wax stick. Oh, it do smell like a pineapple. Smells good. Okay, so you only want to use a little bit because if you use too much, it's going to be too greasy. So I'm just going to do a little bit here.
Do you need a hot comb to work with this?
Yes. So I'm going to get my hot comb. So that's just a tiny bit right there. Okay. Now, so this is what I use to straighten it out with. Always get a hot comb that can go up to like, if you have one, that can go up to like 500 degrees. Because the hotter it gets, the flatter it's going to be. But you also have to be very careful when using a lot of heat on these wigs, because it can melt real fast too. Yeah. I've seen plenty of times people burn out their hair from being too hot. Let me see, where's the plug at?
It's right there on top.
I'm losing it?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so give it a moment to heat up. So,
You might want to check to see if it's on.
yeah. So while we're waiting for the hot comb to heat up, I'm just gonna pin this down. Always make sure you pin down your wigs because it could definitely mess up your plucking technique. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more, just a tiny bit on the side. Okay, now let's see how.
Everybody does this. Keep their phone over there, and when it's buzzing, we can hear it. Boom, 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 boom. Grab your phone and pull it over here. There you go.
Right here?
You might want to put it over here.
I'll turn it off.
Okay. Because, yeah, that buzzer start buzzing, and it's like, and we can hear everything.
Okay, here we go. See, I have a short cord, so I'm at the wait. All right, here we go. I'm just waiting for it to get hot. So I'm going to start with the hairline. So while you're using the hot comb, you want to make sure that you apply the pressure on this part, the back end. So you're going to push down with it. That way you can see the hairline.
What is the purpose of you making sure you see the hairline?
So you can erase them knots. You want it to look as natural as possible.
There you go. That was what you're doing.
So I'm just creating like a natural scalp look. You want it to look like your own scalp. So when you're going down here, you're just going to put this one straight down. See how it's melting at? Really, the wax stick is really making it melt a lot.
Now, you do not pull the comb all the way through because you don't want to disturb the curls, correct?
Yes.
So you're only doing it at the root?
Yes. Only at the root. I think we're pretty good, but I'm just going to go over it.
Yeah, you're waiting for that to get a little bit more heated, correct?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, keep talking. Tell the audience exactly what you're doing.
So I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit more hot so it can smooth out better, straighten out better. So it's getting a little bit hot now. So baby hairs, I'm still going down.
The question I have for you is that I noticed that you pull baby hairs out on the side where the part is deep. Would you be putting any baby hairs on the opposite side?
No,
Okay. And why would you not do that?
because I just like one little,
Gotcha.
like that's just how I like to customize it.
Gotcha. Preference for you with the deep part is you want to have one side with the baby part. with the
Yes.
baby. Okay.
And you guys will see once I install it, you will see the vision. Like it will look a lot better with just that one baby hair. Well, you can add more, but I just prefer to just have the one. Okay, so kind of see the form right there. Let me try to get this side more.
Question. question. Would you use any spritz during this time or a type of holding spray at this time when you're trying to do this?
No, because it would make it too hard.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now that we have this down, so now I'm just going to take my comb and I'm just going to comb this one out. So when you pull this down, this is how you determine if you need to pluck a little bit. Like you see how it's a little heavy here, so I would just pluck a little bit. It doesn't need too much, but I'm just going to pluck a little bit out. And I'm using my tweezer set.
See, I put your hot comb on the towel. You can
Oh,
burn
yeah.
you can burn my station here.
Okay, so make sure you always have a good tweezers. If you don't have good tweezers, your baby hairs won't come out the way you want. So I'm pulling this down. Now you see right here how it's a little dark right here and it's light here. I'm just going to pluck a little bit in between. And when you pluck in between, you're going to go up and down, up and down. So you're going to space it out. So while you're pulling it, you're just going to pull down. And you're making spaces in between. So I'm going to start off right here. Start with the top, pull down. So you really don't need too much plucking with this. So this is all the plucking I need for the baby hair. Always comb it out just so you can get rid of the extra hair. You never want that in your way. Okay, so now I have a razor and I'm just going to cut the baby hairs. So when you cut it, you want to cut it, hold it straight as tight as you can down. And you're just going to, so if I want my baby hairs about here, I'm going to cut just a little bit off, and I can always cut it off later to customize it if I feel like it's too long. So you see how I'm cutting at an angle? Okay, and then once this is cut, so this is where I'm at with the baby hairs. I'm actually going to keep this hot comb on just in case. And then okay, so while we're waiting for that, I'm going to, where are we at? I'm just going to go around the hairlines to see what needs any plucking. So I will comb out here just to check. So this basically is already cut because it's an invisible hairline. And this is also HD. With HD, you don't really need that much, you don't need to really bleach the knots. Oh. See how the knots is already basically bleached because it's HD, and the hairline is invisible, so it really doesn't need any plucking, but I'm going to do a little bit like up here because it's a little heavy up here, but you see how this part is light? So when I'm going to go straight back. Okay, and to make it easier, you could put a little bit of mousse on it. So here's the mousse I'm using. I'm just going to put it on the hairline. And what the mousse do is help what you're seeing, visualizing the hairline. So you see how you can see it more? Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit more here. So I'm going straight back again, up and down. Okay, much better. So I'm gonna get the top two. Now this is where I want to clean up my part. Also with the mousse, it's gonna help you mold your baby hairs before you actually lay it, so that way you know where you want to. If the baby hairs is too long, you can cut it in the process. So I'm just gonna go and just see. I'm gonna start molding the baby hair so I can see if it's too long. So when I'm going out, I'm gonna go straight down, and then I'm just gonna come straight out. Make sure you hold it out. And remember, guys, I'm not laying the baby hairs yet. I'm just seeing if I need to cut it more. So this won't be the final look. Okay, so it's a little long right here, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit off with my razor. Okay, so that's just an idea of how I want my baby hairs. Okay, and then over here, I'm just gonna clean up my part with the tweezers. So you see how I'm customizing it to my liking? So I like a little bit of flat hair and a little oomph, a little curl, so I could pull it towards the front. So now I'm just going to clean up my deep side part. So I want this part straight back, and I want this part straight back, but I want to pull the hair to the front. So now I'm going to clean up this part. Again, I'm going to go, when you're doing a side part, you want to go straight down the line, but when you're plucking, go side to side. So what you're looking for when you pluck in the side part, you're looking for knots. So if you see any knots that's darker than what you want it to be, you just want to just pull that out. And this is going to create your side part to make it look more like scalp. So now when I get down to the baby hairs, hold on. Okay, so we good here. Okay, so now when I'm getting over to the side, to the baby hairs, you just want to clean around the area of the baby hair. So I'm just going to go straight down and just pluck out the area just around the baby hairs. You want that part to look as clean as possible. Because most baby hairs, like if you do your actual baby hairs and not on a wig, it's going to look, basically you see how it's spaced out here in an actual baby hair. So you want to have that the same look with your wig. Okay, we're good. I'm just going to run through with the hot comb again. Okay, so in the meantime, since we have our part ready, I'm just going to apply some of this Hair Life Serum. You only need a small amount because this should be enough for the whole entire head. So what you want to do is just make sure it's evenly in your hands. And you're just going to go part. Now this hair that's coming off is from the hair that I cut, that I plucked out. Okay, the reason why I put the Hair Life serum on here is to make it shiny, and I'm also going to seal it with some mousse to bring back the curls and the volume. So here's the mousse I'm using. And with the mousse, you can use as much as you want. All it's going to do is just define the curls for you. Make sure you get the ends. So as I'm putting the mousse through, I'm also using my fingers as a comb. So you want to comb through, just in case you have extra hair from plucking out, you want to get that extra hair out. But this also helps with defining the curls. See how it's going through with ease? So I'm defining the curls right now. And I'm just fluffing it out as I'm going. And if you choose to, you can use a wide tooth comb or one of those paddle brush to come through to define it more, but make sure you use a lot of mousse. Get a styling mousse instead of a holding mousse because you don't want it to be too hard. A wrap foam mousse. Okay, so we are done with this top part. So, once you get that part out the way, you're going to unpin it. Make sure it's unpinned, because if you don't unpin it, it could rip the lace. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. So now that I've flipped it, I'm going to add some of the lace tint spray. Now this is medium brown. Always test it out on a napkin.
I'm Candy Girl Day. Thank you for the tips.
You're welcome. So I'm using lace tint spray medium brown. So I'm going to test it. Always try it on a piece of paper so you can see what it's going to look like. So I'll go from afar. I'm going to shake it a little bit. You want to make sure you have all the ingredients and make sure it's all the way mixed. So you're going to spray it from afar. So that's the look that I'm looking for. So if you spray more, you're going to get, so it's going to give you more scalp. But always go with your, based on your skin tone. Okay, so now I'm flipping it. And let me see. It might be easier for me to put it here. Let me put a paper. Wrap or a plastic cap. You can put this over here so it won't mess up your wig cap. I'm just using the few. And it's always good too to use white paper too when you're plucking, because then you can see how the scalp will look underneath the wig. So I'm just going to flip this inside out. Okay, let me turn around for you guys. All right. Let me put one more in the front, because we don't want to stain the wig cap. Okay, there we go. Okay, so when I'm spraying it, I'm going to concentrate on the area that I know is going to be shown, which is the hairline, the actual deep part, and the baby hairs. So, again, you're going to spray at a distance, and you're just going, I do about like 3 sprays per area just to make sure that I have the desired color I need. So, let me just pull it down. Okay. So, with lace tint spray, you always want to make sure that it's completely dry before you apply it on your head, because it can actually run on your hair, and it can mix with other products, and you won't get the desired look you want. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, or you can use a blow dryer if you want to move faster. So I'm gonna use a blow dryer. I'm like, where did it go? Okay, so when you're using a blow dryer to dry this out, you want to put it on low settings because you don't want it too high. So okay, so now that it's dry, we're gonna flip it back over. And now you guys see why I put the paper on it, because now it's clean. You don't see anything here. It doesn't get on. It doesn't mess up your wig cap. Your wig head, I should say. All right, so let me flip this over. Gonna put that back on. So it's ready, but before I do that, I want to curl my baby hair so I could be able to slick it. So what I'm going to use is, this is like my baby flat iron. You always want to get a small one so that you can curl it. So when you're curling it, you're going to flip it up. That's all you need to do. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the lace. So I'm using the razor again to cut the lace. So I like to go on parts. So I'm going to take a scissor, right? And I'm just going to go on. That's one there. So you're just going to cut little slices. It makes it easier for you to put it on. Okay, and also, if I feel like I put too much like lace spray on, tint spray on it, I'm going to use, so I like to use like black dye, and this helps to blend out the baby hair. So I'm just going to use a little bit. I'm just going around with it. Yes.
What is the name of the lace spray?
The lace spray is lace tint spray, and it's in medium brown.
You hold it up for a second. Hold on one second. I can't tell.
Can you guys see it? It's a medium brown. It's the lace tint spray. Then, so I'm still going around. Okay. And then to define the part more, you can add the wig knots healer. Well, it's like a eraser. And this is also a medium brown too as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hands. Actually, it's probably easier to. Okay, so always make sure you guys have like an eyebrow angle brush. It helps with it. So I'm just going to just use a little bit, and I'm just going to go straight down the line. So what this does is it helps with that scalp look, make it look more realistic. Okay, and this was the wig knots healer. Well, I call it the eraser because it get rid of the knots. And that one was also in medium brown. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're going to okay, there we go. Now we're going to use that razor again because we already cut our slices with the scissors. So I'm just going to go straight down. So when I'm cutting it, I'm going straight down. So I'm going to start with the middle. And you're going to cut slowly and straight down. And always remember, you can always cut off more of the lace once you apply it on your head. But right now, you just want to just cut it out the way right now so you can apply it to your head. So remember, I'm going straight down, little by little. Okay. So now we can take the wig cap. So I like to use beige wig caps because it always blends. And if it doesn't blend, you know you can always apply some of the tint spray on it. So you only need one cap. Okay, so I'm going to take this wig off so you guys can see how I'm applying it. Okay. Now this is a glueless wig as well. Make sure your hair is all the way braided down. So now I'm going to just apply this cap on. So you want to cut the ears out. Okay, so now you want to take, let me see, do I have these? And I'm just going to go around the hairline, try to like avoid where your baby hairs is. So I'm just going to try to go around the hairline. And I'm applying the first layer, and I'm going to use the back of the baby hair stick, and I'm brushing it back. As you guys can see, I'm brushing it back. So I like to apply like the liquid gold first, just to mold the cap, and then I like to go after, once it dries, and apply some lace paste, and that's what I'm gonna secure the wig with. So while I let this dry, you always want to let this dry. Sometimes, like if you want to go and you're impatient, you just have to use a blow dryer. Make sure you get your tabs, your ends right here. So I didn't get my tabs, so I'm gonna get some more here.
Okay, we have another question. Is that your edges under that cap?
Yes. It's my baby hairs. But I don't plan on applying the lace paste on it. And this is just liquid gold, so this is water-based, so it doesn't affect your edges or your baby hair. But as far as the lace paste, which is glue, I wouldn't apply to my edges because, you know, it can cause tension and pull your hair out if you if you apply it on a baby hair. But this doesn't. This is just like a water base, so it doesn't affect the edges. So while I'm waiting to let this dry, If you wanna move faster, I would, where, oh, here we go. Now I'm gonna use the elastic band. And you wanna put it like in front of where you're gonna lay, where you just laid the liquid gold. So I'm gonna put it like this. And do it as tight as you can. Well, as tight as you can, as tight as you can handle the elastic band being wrapped around. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. So I'm gonna speed up the process and I'm gonna use my blow dryer so it can dry a little faster. Remember to always put it on low. Remember to always put it on low settings when you trying to dry out your hair. What was that? Oh, cool air. Cool air or the low setting. What was that?
I have a question. Did the wig come ready to apply or was it customized?
It's custom, but I customize it to my liking. So I think we're pretty much dry. Okay, some parts are still a little wet. So now I'm going to take this razor again. The razor is for everything. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to okay. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to pull the cap down. And again, I'm going to be cutting down. And if it makes it easier, you know, you could go in cut into three parts again, like how you did the wig. I'm just cutting out the extra cap from the back. So if you lift it, you can, that's how you can cut off some of the extra lace. Like if you feel like you have too much lace, wig cap, I'm sorry. So when you're applying the cap, you always want to make sure your baby hairs are brushed back. I'm used to applying the wig cap, so I left my baby hairs out because I know that it will help me as far as customizing the wig. Remember, I'm cutting down again, little by little. So I'm lifting, cutting. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try the wig cap on. So now I'm just fixing the straps, the adjustable straps in the back to make sure that it can fit my head. Okay. So I think I want it about like right here. And that's why I left my baby hairs out, because it helps with the customizing to my liking. So right now I'm just seeing where I want to lay the wig cap. Pull some of it to the front. I don't know why my nails keep getting stuck. Okay. So I'll pull some of it to the front. Now remember, I curled that piece of baby hair. So now I'm just gonna lay it. So now I'm gonna make this glueless because it has the adjustable straps. So I really don't need to glue it down, but if I want to, I can. If you was to glue it down, you would just pull the wig cap back, apply the lace paste, lace glue, and dots. So you would go 1, 2, 3, and just go around. You would let that completely dry. Check it with your fingers to make sure it's sticky enough for you to apply the wig, and then you would lay it down. So right now I'm just gonna do glueless. So because I'm doing glueless, I'm just looking at. Okay, so we're good here. Just gonna fix this up. And with glueless, you can. Okay, so now I'm just gonna apply some edge control. I think I want to put it about right here. Yeah. Okay. You don't want to use too much of the edge control. This one is the, okay, so it's a clear one. So you don't want to apply too much, but when you're applying it, you're just going to do little bits at a time, and you're going to be applying pressure and brushing down. So try not to get it on the lace, because if you get it on the lace, it can be, it will have like that cloudy look. So I'm brushing down. Okay. Now I'm going to use my edge brush. So again, I'm going to comb down. So I'm going to pull everything down. Okay, so everything is combed down. Now I'm going to use the brush side, and while I'm swooping it, I'm holding it down at the same time to create a baby hair. So notice how I'm holding it down. And always use the back end if you want to like play with the line. And see how I already have my baby hairs here, so I'm good. And like if you ever want, like, say you decide that you want to customize it and add another baby hair, like if I wanted to, I could add another piece like right about here. Like right here. So the way how I'm visualizing it, I just, before I cut it, I don't think I need it, but I'm gonna leave it out. So this is glueless. And now that I laid the baby hairs, I'm just gonna use a little bit of spritz. And I'm just gonna spray just a little bit. And this is because it's glueless and I want it to stay all day. So you don't have to apply it, but I use it because I know if I'm gonna be out all day, I want it to stay all night. So you're gonna spray from a distance. And when you're gonna do it, you're just going around where the hairline is. So you can spray some on your fingers, and this is what's gonna lay the hairline.
Yes, mine say, I love it.
Thank you. So use your fingers to apply the pressure, and don't be afraid to apply as much as you want. Now, you're going to take the elastic band again, and you're going to apply it right on top of that hairline. Oops. Right on top of the hairline. And with this, I usually just let it sit. But again, if you're, running out of time, you could just use a blow dryer for a little bit. And this will keep the glueless this will keep the glueless wig on all day. You don't necessarily need the spritz, but it just makes the hairline looks better. So here we go again. We're going to use it on either cool air or the low setting. Try to apply the blow dryer closer to where you feel like the hair still needs to be dry. So I could feel it more on this side.
So we have a comment that says it looks good. And then we also have a question. What's the difference between an invisible hairline and a regular lace front?
The invisible hairline is basically already like pre-plucked for you. So you don't really have to do as much work, do as much plucking. With the frontal, you have to do the work. You have to pluck it you have to customize it to your liking. So that's really the difference. But the invisible one is just really less work. You just throw it on. Just easy to put on. So I'm going to take this off just to check. And always fluff it out. And I'm going to use this Glue Shine just to give it a little shine. Because we already fluffed it out with the foam wrap. So I'm just going to fluff this out. And I'm going to use a glow spray just to give it a little bit of shine. So when you're applying it, just apply it at a distance. You don't need too much.
Ooh, look at that shine. And she smells good.
Yes, it smells amazing. Okay, and we're done. Now I could be a little extra.
Hold on, let us adjust you before you get that. You stood right up. Let us adjust you first. She stood up.
Be a little extra with it. Yeah?
Okay, yeah, a little bit. Huh?
Yeah,
Little
like
bit.
this is my private label here. Oh, what this? Oh, this the 22-inch invisible line. Yeah, you like that? And it's glueless, okay? I didn't even glue it down, so I could play around with it all day. This is not going nowhere because I use some of this spritz, and I'm good. Now I could go all day with no problem.
Now you can stand up and show. Hold on for a second. You showing the world, baby.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's really good.
I love it.
Really
I
good.
am hand girls that looks good.
Thank you.
So this is glueless.
This is glueless.
You just put it on with this.
No
spritz.
glue.
No
I just
glue?
all I did was just put it on with some spritz, elastic band, let it dry. And also when you put it on and you letting it dry, you could just walk around the house and, like, I usually just let it sit on all day. Or whenever I feel like I'm getting ready, and then I just take it off.
So this is for the girls who like to
Be on the
change
go.
up their hair and they're on the go and they want to change up, put a new wig on every other day or something like that.
Yes.
Got it.
And I'm a glue, as y'all can see, I'm a glueless person. Like, I snatch this off with no problem. Because I'm always on the go. I don't have time to, and especially when you go to sleep, you don't want to have a wig that you have to tie up every night. I like to take it off and sleep how I want to sleep.
Got it. Got
But
it.
this is on the go wig.
So
I love
gives
it.
you options.
Give you options, especially if you're working out.
Got it. That's good information to share with them. So you're saying, especially if you're working out, this is something you want to do instead of gluing it down, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Gotcha. How does that work for you? Tell us why that works for you.
It works for me because I know that I won't mess up whatever style that I have going on, and I'm able to take it off and put my cap on and do my workout with no problem
Got it.
without my lace lifting up.
Got
For
it.
me, glueless works for me. I like glue, but glueless works for me.
Okay.
Thank you. Guys, follow me, T Glam Beauty Bar.